afternoon, everybody. It is truly my great pleasure to welcome Polar Power's Chairman, President, and Chief Executive Officer, Arthur Sams. I'd also like to extend a warm welcome to members of the management team and all of our distinguished guests to NASDAQ. We're so excited that you could all join us right here from the crossroads of the world in Times Square, New York, to get set to ring today's closing bell. Now, there's a lot to celebrate, and let's start by congratulating Polar Power on your recent IPO. This is a major milestone and one that we're certainly proud to honor and recognize here as we welcome you to the NASDAQ family. So congratulations. I think that deserves a round of applause. Polar Power designs, manufactures, and sells direct current or DC power systems for a number of different applications. Within the telecom market, Polar's systems provide reliable and low-cost energy for applications that do not have access to the utility grid or have critical power needs and cannot be without power in the event of a utility grid failure. Within this market, Polar Power offers DC power systems with fuel choices including diesel, natural gas, and propane. For over 35 years, Polar Power has delivered innovative power and cooling solutions for electrical cars, telecommunications, UPS, remote power, and marine applications. Polar's energy solutions combine solar energy with the right amount of fossil fuels to provide low-cost, sustainable power. In the past 24 months, Polar Power has seen a 274% growth in their compound annual growth rate. Although Polar Power successfully funded a decade of growth from free cash flows generated from their operations, the proceeds from their IPO will allow them to support greater penetration of their existing customers and broader outreach to new customers and end markets. Arthur, congratulations on your continued success. We look forward to celebrating many more milestones with Polar Power and honored to share today's closing bell with you all. And now please join me in welcoming Polar Power's Chairman, President, and CEO, Arthur Sams, CFO Louis Zavala, and VP of Operations Raj Messina up to the podium. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for the kind introduction. We're honored to be here this afternoon to celebrate our recent initial public offering of Polar Power common stock. Since starting Polar, it's always been my dream to be listed on NASDAQ and engage the resources of the investment community. I co-founded Polar in 1979 with the idea of creating wealth while improving the environment. I wanted to create cutting-edge technologies pertaining to power generation and cooling systems. We have developed prime power systems that offer alternatives to making expensive connections to the utility grid, and we help improve the reliability of the utility grid with our backup systems. We also provide mobile power systems for a wide range of applications, from military vehicles to yachts and RVs. We're experiencing high growth along with strong profit margins in telecommunications, and we have market participation in military, industrial, oil field, and automotive applications. After decades of self-funding our growth and successful product development, in December 2017, we sourced the equity capital markets to support our next phase of growth through an IPO. Some of the factors that have made Polar unique in its technology and very competitive on the marketplace is that many companies first develop the technology, refine the technology into a product, then they look for a market. At Polar, we do it in reverse. We first look at applications and market opportunities, then we determine which are the most competitive technologies to meet the market needs. Polar has also chosen the path of vertical manufacturing. We outsource only when it makes economic sense and not because it conveniences management. This gives Polar an edge in profits and control over our supply chain and our intellectual property. We would like to thank NASDAQ for their support, and we're extremely proud to be listed among some of the largest and most innovative tech companies on the planet. I'd also like to thank the key players that raised the necessary capital to monetize our success and secure our future. Those investment banks were Roth Capital Partners, Joseph Gunnar, and Fettel. We're impressed with your expertise, your extensive investor relationships that led to our successful IPO. Thank you for your perseverance, your strong work ethics, and helping to complete our IPO. I would like to thank our investors who believed in Polar and purchased our stock. And special thanks goes out to Polar's corporate VP, Baldwinder Samra. For over a year, Samra worked night and day at Polar to make this IPO a reality. In conclusion, we're proud to join NASDAQ today, and we would like to thank everyone.
Thank you so much for being here today. We're so excited to celebrate with Polar Power and recognize the recent IPO, and we'd like to present you with our NASDAQ closing bell crystal to commemorate the occasion. So thank you very much.
Thank you.